disappointed with himself there. Hit that all wrong.
He's a very intense individual, Ali Carter, and I have to say, I think when he loses, he takes it harder than the vast majority of other players. Just hates it. And that's any match.
6.
Whether it be at the World Championship or the most low-profile event.
Yes, he does get down on himself at times, Ali. A little bit more than some of the other top players. And if Judd Trump goes on to take full advantage here, he won't sleep easy tonight, because that really was a bad shot he played in the red a minute or two ago, the shot to nothing. Oh, that's a good shot from Judd Trump. He'd like to be on the red.
12.
It's nearest the black spot. Not sure he is, but should be okay either way. Yes, he could get rid of that.
13.
That suited him. So this has just opened up there with that good positional shot off the blue.
It's Paul Hunter Day here at the Crucible. A bus earlier on this afternoon was named after the late great player from Leeds in Yorkshire. And I think of all the current professionals, the player that most reminds me of
21.
Paul in his approach is Judd. Young lad, carefree, liked by all of the players. And that's what Paul Hunter was.
28.
His loss, well, it's still felt now.
Absolutely, it is felt. I had the pleasure
29.
of playing Paul Hunter 3 or 4 times as a professional. He beat me every time, I hasten to add. But you're rightly say, he's a lovely guy and a wonderful snooker player. Judd Trump very much in that same mould. I think the other similarities between the two, Phil, is that as young men, you know, teenagers, they're very quiet, weren't they, until they came through. You know, it takes a few years as a professional to come out your shell, and but I think the next couple of years we'll see Judd Trump come out his shell and mature.
Well, when Paul first came to prominence, I think having a press conference with him was the very definition of futility. He never said anything, and then when he became an established player, he was fantastic for quotes and a real character.
Thank you. 35. 36.
And Judd is, as you say, Alan, in a similar mould.
Yes, and he's got one loose red to go at, just at the bottom of the cluster here, before disturbing anything. Now, can he land low on it? I think he has. So this is going
43.
to be the key shot. Probably play this with lots of top. It looks like he's screwing it back. So, well, I really think he should have been playing
44.
that with top spin there. He's still on the black. I think there is a red at the top of the cluster that will go to right corner, so this is all about the pot, but this is very missable. Oh, brilliant pot.
$51.
Yeah, he just wiped his feet in the way in, but there was big pressure on that, so if he can pot a red here and land in a colour, every chance.
52.
And I think now every chance of perhaps seeing what would be
57.
the two tables this afternoon combined.
58.
The 5th century of the session.
Are we on course, Phil, for the record this year of century breaks?
I think we are. I think it's touch and go. If the record is broken, the sponsors Bedford very kindly will give, I think it's £25,000 to the Avon House Hospice charity, which the
64.
World Snooker Association now supports. and Bedford are giving £200 for every century that goes in anyway.
Yes, it's a nice touch that from our sponsors, Betfred.
71.
Meanwhile, Judd Trump looks like having just secured this
72.
final frame of the session, and that puts the tin lid on it, so to speak. So it will be a 2-frame lead that this young man takes in to the final session tomorrow.
Just that one butchered
79.
shot to nothing attempt from Carter, and Trump has done the rest.
For Trump, 79.
79 brings an end to the session, and Ali Carter, having been 5-3 ahead going into it, now trails by 2 at 9-7. Trump, I think that was the best session of snooker he's played at this championship so far in 2012. Judd Trump.